What to do when out of money before payday? I know this can be a very stressful topic for you and I both, and can be easily overlooked by the more fortunate groups of people who have never experienced this type of need for money. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Legacy 2 Address is here to help, and today we're diving into a topic that I know many of you can relate to: what to do when you're out of money before payday. It can feel really stressful when your bank account is running low, and payday seems so far away. But don't worry. I'm here to share some practical tips and strategies to help you navigate this tricky situation. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's chat. First things first, let's acknowledge that we've all been there. You check your balance, and it's not what you expected. It's a tough position, but it's important to remember that it's a temporary situation. All right, the first thing you want to do when you find yourself out of money is to assess your situation. Take a moment to breathe and look at your finances. This might sound daunting, but it's essential. Open up your banking app or grab a piece of paper and jot down your current expenses and any you owe. Knowing where you stand financially is the first step to making a plan. Identify any essential bills that are due soon, like rent, utilities, or groceries. This will help you prioritize your spending and see what you absolutely must cover until payday. Now that you have a clearer picture of your finances, let's talk about cutting unnecessary expenses. This might be the perfect time to review your subscriptions and memberships. Are you really using that streaming service, or can you pause it for a month? Small savings can add up quickly. Consider cooking at home instead of dining out. It's healthier and more budget-friendly. Remember, every little bit helps. Next, let's explore some quick ways to make extra cash. There are plenty of options available, depending on what you're comfortable with. You might consider selling items you no longer need. Look around your home. Do you have clothes, electronics, or furniture that you can part with? Online platforms like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or even apps like Poshmark can help you turn unused items into cash in just a few days. If selling items isn't your thing, let's dive deeper into the gig economy. This is a fantastic way to earn some quick cash, and it's more accessible than you might think. Think about what skills you have or what you enjoy doing. Do you like driving? Maybe you can sign up to be a driver for rideshare services like Uber or Lyft. Not only can you set your own hours, but it's a great way to meet new people along the way. Imagine picking up a passenger who's had a long day and being the one to lighten their mood. It's not just about the money, it's about the connections you can make. If driving isn't your jam, what about food delivery? Services like DoorDash, Grubhub, or Postmates allow you to deliver food from local restaurants to hungry customers. It's flexible, and you can choose when you want to work. Plus, you get to explore your neighborhood while doing it. You might discover new eateries that you didn't even know existed. Now, if you're not keen on driving, think about offering services on platforms like TaskRabbit. People are constantly looking for help with things like assembling furniture, cleaning, or even running errands. It's a great way to make some extra cash using your skills, and you can set your own rates. Imagine getting paid to help someone create their dream space or to lend a hand during a busy day. It can feel really rewarding. Even if you have a hobby or skill, like graphic design, writing, or photography, consider freelancing. Websites like Fiverr and Upwork can help you connect with clients looking for your expertise. You can work from anywhere, and it often pays well. Every project you complete not only adds to your income, but also builds your portfolio, opening up more opportunities for the future. Reach out for support. Now that we've explored various ways to make some quick cash, it's crucial to talk about another vital aspect: reaching out for support. It's completely okay to ask for help when you're facing financial challenges. In fact, it can be a game changer. Let me share a personal story. Not too long ago, I found myself in a tough spot. I had unexpected expenses pop up, and I felt overwhelmed. It was during this time that I realized how important it is to lean on the people around us. I reached out to a close friend to talk about my situation, and to my surprise, she offered not only emotional support but also some practical solutions. Sometimes, just talking to someone about your situation can alleviate some stress. Friends and family can be a great resource. You never know. A friend might be willing to lend you a little cash or even help with meals and things that can make a big difference during difficult times. It's not a sign of weakness to ask for help. It's a sign of strength and self-awareness. Don't forget about community resources. Many local organizations provide assistance for those facing financial difficulties. I remember visiting a local food bank, and it was such a humbling experience. The staff was incredibly kind, and I left not only with food, but also with a sense of hope. It's comforting to know that there are people and organizations out there ready to lend a hand. Also, consider sharing your experience with others. You might find that you're not alone in this struggle. Online communities, social media groups, or local meetups can provide insight, support, and even opportunities for collaboration. I joined a local financial literacy group, and it was eye-opening. Listening to others who faced similar challenges helped me feel less isolated, and we shared tips that made navigating my financial situation much easier. Connecting with others who understand your situation can make a world of difference. It's comforting to know you're not alone, and you might discover new strategies from others who've been in your shoes. I found that sharing my story not only helped me find solutions, but also inspired others to open up about their own struggles. It created a supportive network that we could all lean on. Now that we've discussed the importance of reaching out for support, let's dive into some practical steps you can take to achieve financial stability. These aren't just quick fixes. They're foundational habits that can lead to long-term success. I want to share with you some strategies that have worked for me and many others in our community. First and foremost, creating a budget is essential. I know budgeting can sound daunting, but let me tell you, it's one of the most empowering tools you can have in your financial arsenal. When I first started budgeting, I used a simple spreadsheet to track my income and expenses. It helped me visualize where my money was going each month. I was shocked to see how much I was spending on things I didn't need, like takeout and subscriptions I had forgotten about. Start by listing all your sources of income and then all your monthly expenses. Break those expenses down into fixed costs, like rent and utilities, and variable costs, like groceries and entertainment. Once you see everything laid out, it becomes easier to identify areas where you can cut back. For instance, I discovered that by cooking at home more often, I could save a significant amount each month. Meal prepping was a game changer for me. Not only did it save me money, but it also saved me time during the week. I started planning my meals in advance, and I found that I was less tempted to order takeout on busy nights. Plus, I ended up eating healthier, which is a win-win. Another crucial step is to build an emergency fund. This can feel like a daunting task, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck. However, even setting aside a small amount each month can add up over time. I started with just $20 a week, and before I knew it, I had a small cushion to fall back on during unexpected situations. Aim for at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. It might take time, but every little bit helps. Consider using a separate savings account to keep this money separate from your everyday spending. This way, you won't be tempted to dip into it for non-emergencies. I even found a high-yield savings account that offered better interest rates, which helped my savings grow faster. Let's talk about debt management. If you're carrying debt, it's essential to have a plan. I recommend the snowball method, where you focus on paying off your smallest debts first while making minimum payments on the larger ones. This method gave me a sense of accomplishment as I knocked out those smaller debts, and it motivated me to tackle the bigger ones with more confidence. Also, don't hesitate to reach out to your creditors. Many companies are willing to work with you if you explain your situation. I once called my credit card company and was able to negotiate a lower interest rate, which made a significant difference in my monthly payments. Lastly, invest in your financial education. There's a wealth of resources available, online podcasts, books, and workshops that can provide you with valuable insights. I personally found reading personal finance blogs and listening to finance podcasts incredibly helpful. They opened my eyes to new strategies and mindsets that I hadn't considered before. In summary, achieving financial stability is a journey that requires intention, planning, and sometimes a bit of patience. Start with budgeting, build that emergency fund, tackle your debt systematically, and don't forget to invest in your knowledge. Remember, every small step you take can lead to significant improvements in your financial health over time. I want to encourage all of you to take action today. Pick one of these strategies and implement it this week. Whether it's sitting down to create a budget, setting aside a small amount for your emergency fund, or researching a new financial resource, every effort counts. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. What strategies have worked for you? What challenges do you face? Your insights could help others in our community. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more personal finance tips and strategies. Your support means the world to me, and it helps us grow this community where we can all learn and uplift each other. Until next time, take care of yourselves, stay motivated, and remember, every step you take brings you closer to financial freedom.